Hello, fans, collectors, and investors. Welcome back to Iconic Baseball. I'm Iconic Al, and today the countdown continues. We are at number 72 on the top 100, and it is a right-handed starting pitcher whose career achievements really speak for themselves. We're talking about a guy who, over a 19-year career, won 20 games 8 times. His career ERA of 2.86 puts him in very elite company, not to mention a 3-time Cy Young Award winner and a 3-time world champion. He played his entire career with the Baltimore Orioles, one of the true all-time greats. I'm talking about the great Jim Palmer.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Hi, I'm Jim Palmer. If you thought you missed the opportunity to refinance your mortgage when interest rates were low, well, now you've got a second chance. With a recent drop in interest rates, now's the perfect time to refinance your mortgage and lock in a low rate at the money store. Just call 1-800-LOAN-YES. Even if your credit is less than perfect, you can still refinance your mortgage and lower your monthly payments. Don't let this second chance to refinance pass you by. Call the money store today at 1-800-LOAN-YES.
Jim Palmer was a great pitcher. And by pitcher, I mean he pitched. He didn't rely on strikeouts. That wasn't his game. He had a low ERA, a low whip. He was a winner. He fielded his position, and he was at his best in the postseason. So let's back that up. He had a 68.5 WAR over his career, a 2.86 ERA, as I mentioned in the opening. His career record was 268 and 152, so a pretty impressive winning percentage. 3 Cy Young Awards, which pretty much immediately puts him in elite category. A 4-time Gold Glove Award winner, so he fielded his position as well as anybody. He was a winner. He was a 20-game winner 8 times, as I said in the opening. And then on top of all that, in the postseason, against the toughest competition, when it really mattered, he was 8-3 with a 2.61 ERA. So he had a better ERA in the postseason than he had during regular season play, which is always impressive to me, whether it's a hitter who has a higher career batting average in the postseason versus regular season, or it's a pitcher who has a lower ERA in the postseason versus the regular season. That's always a big plus to me. He was a 3-time World Series champ. So, I mean, what more do you want? Jim Palmer is one of the true greats of the game. He spent his whole career with the Baltimore Orioles and will forever be on the Mount Rushmore of Baltimore Orioles greats. So let's take a look at some of these Jim Palmer pieces here. These are my 2 primary Jim Palmer items. This is his rookie card, 1966 Topps. Beautiful card. This is a very hard card to find, centered. So if you know the market for this card, A, it's undervalued. It's not worth as much as it should. It should be worth. And it's also very difficult to find centered examples of this card. Actually, most mid to late 60s Topps cards and into the 70s, very difficult to find dead centered examples like this one. It grades a 5, which is totally fine with me. It looks beautiful to me. Corners look pretty sharp. No issues on the back, but pretty pristine example of a 5 to my eye. It's one of those things where you really shouldn't be able to own a rookie card of Jim Palmer in this condition under $200. But you can. That's the crazy thing. So in this case, it really kind of makes sense. So there's a beautiful example of a 1966 Topps Jim Palmer. And then one of my favorite autograph sets of all time, the 99 legendary signature Jim Palmer. It's one of those great late 90s on-card Upper Deck autos. Jim Palmer signed a lot during his life. Continues to sign, I believe, through the mail. And so his signatures are not in short supply, so they can be had quite reasonably. So I highly recommend, if you're in the market for all-time great signatures, take advantage. Jim Palmer is a relatively cheap signature to obtain. So, hey, there's plenty of them out there. Take that as a good or a bad thing, but I think it's a good thing because, one of the true greats of the game that can be owned affordably. All right, well, that's my take on Jim Palmer. This is a short one, but until next time, keep following along, keep collecting, and stay iconic.